Hi guys, and today I'll be talking to you about why I will protect, why I am going to protect Halloween Kills, and why I think Halloween Kills should have not got a lot of hate. It should have never had hate at all, because if you think about it, people were always asking for Laurie Strode to be in, like Jamie Lee Curtis to fight Michael Myers towards the end of Kills, but at least we had a very good mob scene, and Laurie Strode was safe in the hospital, in which she kind of survived the last movie, survived the 2018 movie, and in Kills she was in the hospital, so she was safe. But when people say about Kills and the way the movie was rubbish, I think it wasn't rubbish, because if you think about it, the movie wasn't so bad at all. At least it made the theatres in 2021 when COVID was happening. People should be happy about that. Do you know what what people shouldn't have been happy about was that, when you've been waiting for nearly 4 years for a movie to come out, no, I mean like 2 years for a movie to come out, the Batman movie, remember that? That came out in 2022, but it was supposed to come out in 2021. But when you think about it, yeah, Robert Pattinson, I've never liked Robert Pattinson, and I will never like him now. He's such a rubbish actor. But at least Kills came out in 2021 during COVID, and at least, we had some. At least we had something to look forward to. At least we had something to look forward to, like Kills. It wasn't even a disappointment. But what was a disappointment was Halloween Ends. Who thought taking Michael Myers out of his position as the killer and putting Corey Cunningham in his position? Who thought of that? Who thought of that? At least Michael Myers was in Killed, and at least he was doing the killing and not Corey Cunningham. Because I understand you, Corey Cunningham. You was angry towards your bullies and towards your parent, towards your mother. And I understand that. I was being bullied the exact same time as you were in 2022. So I understand your rage. I sometimes understand your rage too. But why go and dress like Michael Myers? Why not something else? I don't get it. It did tell a true story though. It did tell a story about bullying quite a lot. It can tell you how much anger that can bring to a person, which would lead to death, obviously. Because the person you bullied was angry so much, and they would kill you probably. And it was the anger building up all them years, you see. It was, obviously would kill the person, obviously kill the bullies and other people as well, because he was angry. And if you think about it, not only was the movie Halloween Ends rubbish, but it was also a little bit cracked out, you see, because Michael Myers, not Corey Cunningham's version of Michael, but the Michael Myers we all know and love, he was vulnerable. He wasn't as strong as he was in Kills. He was just a shallow self. He was shallow of himself. He was vulnerable. He was, he was invincible like he used to be. So that's why towards the end of Ends, he was able to get crushed in that. I couldn't say, Michael Myers would have been crushed. He was crushed in that car grinder. And I wouldn't say in all the other movies, if they crushed him in the car grinder, he would survive. But it was just in Ends, he was weak and he was vulnerable. He was like, it was like, that was not the real Michael Myers we all knew and loved. Not the real guy who set us off the first time we watched the very first movie, Halloween in 1978. He wasn't the same killer that we met in 1978. He was kind of like a different kind of person. He was like, he wouldn't fight back towards Corey Cunningham in the sewers. Corey Cunningham was able to fight him. Michael Myers didn't have the strength at the time. And Corey Cunningham was helping him half of the movie as well, the whole movie nearly. Towards the end, he was able to fight, but he was still weak. So that's why I always think Kills is a hell of a lot better than Ends, because at least we all knew what was going to happen to Michael Myers towards Ends, and it wasn't going to be good. We all knew that. So I always thought Halloween Kills from 2021 was a good one, but Halloween Ends from 2022 was a rubbish one. It's just what I think. So you can comment down below what your thoughts are, but I could never change my statement about that. And also another thing is, the reason why they didn't bring the old cast back in Ends was because they wanted to bring them back for Kills. So when they brought them back for Kills, like Lonnie Elam and Sheriff Brackett, and Annie Brackett in a flashback scene, and why would they bring back Tommy Doyle? And they brought back Tommy Doyle, and they brought back Dr. Loomis's sidekick, which, well, it wasn't a sidekick, but they brought her back. I don't remember her name. I'd have to have a little check. I'll have a little check later on what her name was. I kind of forget the other ones, the old cast members, like the old ones, like the old ones from 1978. But I do remember Sheriff Brackett, Annie Brackett, in the flashback scene, Annie Brackett in the flashback scene. I know Tommy Doyle was in it, and Lonnie Elam, well, he was in it too, Lonnie Elam. And the other crazy thing is, Kills was just an amazing movie. I could not say different, because Kills came out during a time where people were inside their house and they were stuck inside. I've seen reasons of why they brought it out on HBO in 2021. But that movie was so good to watch in 2021. It came out during COVID. Same as Candyman came out during COVID. That's why you've not seen a second one. A Candyman movie. I remember watching that. That movie was a 15+. So yeah, I always remember watching that. The movie was 15. Age 15. In 2021 in cinemas. And the other thing I also remember watching when it came out on TV and Fire Stick was Halloween Kills. And the Chucky series as well. I think that Kills was better than Ends. It's just sad to see the franchise end with such a, nasty, disgraceful film like Ends. I love Kills, I always will. I will never like Ends. It shows, hatred towards one person for no reason, Corey Cunningham. And it also brings in bullying as well. And it's like, the guy spent his time, leave him alone. And the reason why that movie fits for 2022, to me, just to me, I was being bullied. And I could see what Corey Cunningham was going through. I understand him. And I always will. It just really set me back when I was watching that movie. Bullying was so, I was so, in it though. It was like in every bit of it, you see, the bullying was there. There was so many of it, so much of it. And that's why I've never really got on with Ends. I don't like bullying, I never will, I never have. It has made my life a living hell. And when I was being bullied, they used to talk about my family quite a lot. They used to call my family names, and they used to say to me about my family, straight towards my face, which would agitate me, which I'd scream in their faces, tell them to shut up, and tell them to, get all lost and naff off. And they used to say that they'd rape my mother and kill my whole family. That's what they used to say, my bullies. So I really like Corey Cunningham. I don't mind him, but it's just the whole movie of Ends, like the bullying and that, and the ending of Michael Myers. It's like, why did the movie have to end like that? Could have ended differently. So my top pick is Kills. And I ain't gonna say there was no bullying in Kills, because there was, but it was in a flashback scene with Lonnie Elam. He was being bullied by the Mulaney's in the first part. But when I think about that one, it's like it really didn't bother me. The bullying at the time, it didn't bother me. In 2021, because I wasn't being bullied, so I didn't know how it felt. But I knew how it felt in 2022 when I was being bullied quite a lot, which then led me into care. Then a doll's order was put on me, and it's still on me now. Oh, thanks a lot to my bullies and the government not caring about me. So, and not caring about any of you guys out there neither. The government is just a mistake itself. They always say Margaret Thatcher was the bad one, but she wasn't. Keir Starmer's the bad one. He always will be and always has been. He's just as self-sufficient as all the Prime Ministers before him. I always think Boris Johnson was a hell of a lot better for this country than Keir Starmer was. And I think that if Keir Starmer wasn't in power and Boris Johnson was in power, I think this country would be rolling in everything. I always think that, So yeah, I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below about your thoughts on Ends and or your thoughts on Kills. If you don't mind that, if you comment down below, or like and subscribe to this video. I'd like to know what you have to say about the kills and ends and kills movies. I think that Kills is the best in my situation, but I like that movie a lot, but I prefer Kills. I don't like Ends. You may not like Kills, you may like Ends. So comment down below which one you like out of them two. If you comment down Kills or Ends, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are telling me that you like that movie more than you like that movie, more than you like Ends, and if you like Ends more than you like Kills. So yeah, comment down below, like and subscribe for another video. If you want to watch more of my videos, you can. There is more videos in the comment down below. Well, no, in the video section. You can watch them all if you want to. But if you're not interested, you don't have to watch them. And if you don't want to watch them, I'm not going to make you. Okay? So bye.